All right. So I saw this video and I found actually a moist critical video that is uh, significantly better than most of anything I've seen covering it. And I gotta say, shout out to Charlie because I really do appreciate that Charlie makes some actual decent journalism from time to time. Um, I'm not saying that Moist Critical makes bad content. I'm just saying like that's not his normal thing. Isn't like the journalism all the time. There's also a lot of nerd stuff. But I saw this video of this lady trying to run over a kid on a e-bike. It's a little electric dirt bike, and this lady's trying to run him over. Which like what the fuck? And then it turns out she's old as shit and drunk. Of course she is, because why wouldn't she be old as shit and drunk? Can't just be one or the other. I mean, we're committing felonies here. We got to be old as shit and drunk, and it's really pushing me to a point where I'm like, maybe we need to start like testing old people's mental facilities before we fucking let them drive cars. My wife has been in two accidents in the past couple of months. Neither one was she at fault. Both of them was some old person ran into her because they weren't paying attention. I mean, it's irritating that old people are just out being menaces. And then you have this lady who's drunk on top of it. And if you don't know how I feel about people who get drunk and drive drunk, I think you're a fucking degenerate and you probably shouldn't do it. That being said, I've done it. I used to ride around back roads with my buddies, getting all drunk, driving around in my old F 150 truck full of homies doing stupid shit. Yeah, I used to do stupid shit. You shouldn't do it, and I was an asshole for doing it. And anyone who does it is an asshole. But anyway, let's get into the video and watch this drunk psychopath try to run over a kid. So
It's crazy.
It's a terrifying video. A youngster riding his dirt bike, apparently targeted by a driver.
Oh
she's up on the sidewalk and everything.
my God.
The woman behind the wheel seems determined to run him over.
Oh my God.
I was scared for my son's life.
That's certified.
Can I just say, if this was my kid, I would have gotten in my vehicle. I would have chased this bitch down. I would have pit maneuvered her ass, and I would have drug her out of the car and beat her significantly for legal reasons. I'm going to say significantly for legal reasons. Let's hear what Shari has to say, because Charlie has some pretty good takes on this.
Duke's a hazard type shit right there. That lady's been playing a little too much GTA Online. So this is a 56-year-old woman who was hitting the sauce a bit hard.
56 years old, drunk, just doing whatever the hell she wants because that's what old people do now, apparently. I can't with these people.
She was reportedly intoxicated at the time of this encounter and says she doesn't even remember doing this, where she literally fucking pulled that shit around, driving on the sidewalk, looking to just splatter this kid like it's Halo 3. Just she's dropping that lead foot, she's going pedal to the metal, just trying to run this kid over, all because, who knows? There is no one has any fucking clue because there wasn't like an argument or anything. It's not like this kid fucking, canned off of her vehicle there or anything or gave her the finger or anything. There was nothing that led.
Now, I will say, I'm a little bit of an old man, okay? In that, if I see you ripping wheelies up and down the road, I'm going to be like, hey, man, knock it off. Especially if you're ripping wheelies on dirt bikes and stuff, because I live in the suburbs and I have some shitty neighbors who like to call the cops. Do I care if you rip wheelies? Not really. But if you get the cops called, then I can't ride my bike down the road without getting hassled, and I'm not trying to get hassled. I don't really give a shit if you're ripping nasty wheelies up and down the road. As long as like there's not kids out playing, do you, bro? I don't fucking care. There's a bunch of kids in my neighborhood that are out playing from the time school lets out till the sun goes down. and they're out there playing their little hearts out. I swear to God, one of these kids is going to be a fucking track star one day. These kids are running up and down the road all day. I mean, these kids are going to be like Division One athletes, for fuck's sake. I couldn't imagine if these, and now these are like grade school kids. They're not old enough. Oh, I mean, I guess they are old enough to be running like e-bikes and stuff, but like these aren't like young teenagers. These are like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10. They're not 12, 13, 14, 15, nothing like that. But I couldn't imagine if in a couple of years these kids had like an e-bike or something, and or even just on their BMX bikes, and they're riding wheelies up and down the road or whatever, and some fucking crazy lady drives down the fucking sidewalk trying to run a kid over. I would probably shoot her. I'd probably shoot you. If I saw that shit going down, I'd probably start fucking sending rounds your way. Like, I'd at least fucking be shooting the front of the car. Maybe I'm not trying to kill you, but just stop the car, you know? I'm trying to shoot out tires or whatever. I don't think that I'm that good of a marksman. It might be more efficient at that point to just aim for the person driving. But also, bullets do weird things when they hit windshields. I digress. I don't want to get too into it. But at least in Ohio, lethal force is, you can use lethal force if you fear for your safety or the safety of another. That is self-defense. And I don't think there's a single jury out there that would be like, oh, this person was trying to run over a child and this guy shot the person trying to run over a child. Yeah, not guilty. I think everyone would be on the same page. I don't think anyone would be like, yeah, put him in jail maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably start with throwing something through the windshield, maybe. Try to divert the attention of the crazed lunatic before I just went straight to deadly force. But I saw this and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? What has happened to society that we can't even let our kids play in the street without some pedophile trying to fucking kidnap them or some loony old lady off her gourd trying to run your kid over for riding their bike up and down the road. Now, there is video of this kid doing wheelies and stunts on this little e-bike thing. Whatever. It's not like it's a busy road, okay? You know, like, it's not like he's on a main street or a state route doing this. He's in some fucking like gated community suburbia thing. So this kid doing wheelies, it's a nice neighborhood. It's probably an HOA. And this Karen just comes out of nowhere and tries to run the kid over. And then she says, oh, well, I didn't remember doing that. So it must not have been me. It must have been someone else. There you go. Can't arrest me because I don't remember it. Yeah. Well, Uno reverse card action on you. I don't remember it. You can't arrest me for it. Okay, Susan. How about we just put your ass in jail for being a fucking menace? Okay? I'm not a big lock people up kind of guy. But like, maybe this lady should get locked up for trying to murder a fucking child. Okay? Maybe that. Now, the kid is relatively large in the video. I'd say he's probably early teens. I mean, I'm not saying that makes it better that this lady tried to run him over, but he's at least got the mental faculties to get the fuck away from her. If this was a younger kid, like a little 7 or 8-year-old, they might have just stood there and got run over. I mean, young kids don't make great decisions. They're kind of known for that. That's kind of their thing, is making bad choices. This lady needs fucking... This lady needs to never be allowed to drive a car again. Okay, that's... You know, I'm not big on take things away from people because they did something stupid, but when you try to murder a child with your car, maybe you don't get to drive no more. I don't know. That's just my hot take of the day. You tried to murder a child, you don't get to drive anymore. You're done. You're cut off. Which honestly, that's what it seems like needed to happen a long time ago, was she needed to be cut off because she was drunk. Did I mention that part? And I have no patience for drunk drivers anymore. That's something that Mr. Moist Critical and I have in common is just no tolerance for drunk drivers. People that drive drunk are just fucking morons. And if I'd have got caught driving drunk, I 100% would have deserved to have been fucking arrested, lost my license, all the headache and hassle that goes with it. I would 100% deserve it. I'm not a big fan of things like I'm not a big fan of the inconvenience of a DUI checkpoint. I don't think they're helpful. Especially, I'll give you an example. My wife and I were driving through a neighboring town, bigger city. And cities, obviously, are divided into grids, into city blocks. So, let's see. Do I have a pen in here so I can... I don't have a pen in my office. What kind of office? Oh, I do have a pen. What kind of office doesn't have a pen? Okay, so this is the city block, right? They set up the DUI checkpoint there. So we see the DUI checkpoint. Now we're traveling along this road. So I see the DUI checkpoint, and I didn't know what they were doing because this is a section of road that like floods and stuff all the time. So I'm like, oh, the manhole cover must have come off again. So I turn right, turn left, turn right, and go around it like a fucking idiot, not realizing, oh, it's a DUI checkpoint. That probably looked suspicious as shit. Now, I didn't get pulled over for that. I just kind of went on my day. And I didn't get bothered about it, but I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, that probably looked super suspicious. But, like, why you would set it up there where people can just go around it made no sense to me. Because everyone was stopping, so I was like, why are we stopping? We'll just go around. We'll just, left, right, and we'll go around the stoppage. I didn't realize what it was. Things like that, I'm starting to be like, man, there's a lot of old drunk people driving around here. It's unacceptable. It's not something you should be doing. And I'm not a big, that being said, I'm not in favor of this legislation they're trying to pass that would make all cars have cameras that would identify whether or not you're drunk. I'm not a big fan of that. But if I had 2 beers and the camera's like, oh, you're drunk and there's an emergency, and I need to get to a hospital, or what if I'm having some sort of problem that my facial features resemble intoxication? What if I've been poisoned, for example? What if you're a young woman and you've been roofied and you're trying to get to an urgent care or an emergency room or something, and the car won't let you drive? I mean, and am I saying that's the safest idea? No, but am I saying that that's what happens a lot of time and it probably saves a lot of people's lives? Yeah. So I'm not in favor of that, but I am in favor of real strict punishments for driving drunk. And that being said, I don't think drinking some fucking NyQuil should count as driving drunk. As a CDL holder, the legal limit for me, whether I'm sober or not, whether I'm working or not, is 0.04. Most people, normal license holders, it's 0.08. Most cops, if you're not working, will give you the 0.08, but if a cop wants to be a real dick, it's 0.04 all the time for us. I also can't take things like Benadryl with my CDL. You're not allowed to take any medication that causes drowsiness. It is infuriating, the rules we have to follow, while some maniac Karen tries to run over a fucking child. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? I don't know. Anyway, that's about all I got. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to yap about that for a minute. And I hope you are as pissed off as I am that some Karen tried to massacre a child like it's a fucking bro versus bro fight in Grand Theft Auto, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.